You're already posting on social media, you're showing up, you're trying to put out content, but once you pull out your phone to shoot a home tour, it just does not look like what you're seeing other agents doing online. For the life of you cannot figure out why. Now, look, the fact that you're even doing that, you should be patting yourself on the back, because that puts you ahead of 80% of realtors who are just sitting on the sidelines, waiting for things to be perfect and waiting to feel ready. Listen, I've been in real estate for the past 14 years, and I've built my entire business on video content that I shoot myself with no camera crew at all. And I put this exact system that I use into a course that I charge $997 for. And the agents that went through my course, they stop outsourcing their listing content completely. They're shooting their own videos, editing their own videos, and posting professional quality content on their social media. And in this video, I'm giving you access to this information absolutely free. Now, the problem that I keep seeing with realtors is that they think that they need expensive equipment or a production team just to make this work. And you absolutely do not. This entire video that you're about to watch was shot on my iPhone 14. And in today's video, I'm taking you inside of a home and I'm breaking down every single shot, how I move through the home, what I'm looking for, the exact thinking behind how I capture content that actually gets clients to stop scrolling, to pick up their phone, and to reach out to me. I am totally convinced that if you apply the techniques that you're about to witness in this video, you're gonna become a magnet that attracts your ideal client. So I hope you guys are ready. Let's get into it. So the first thing that I want to do always before I start shooting video is to make sure that my content is going to come out extra crispy and extra clean. This is done by using these lens wipes. If you guys can see these here, I actually use these lens wipes on my camera. Very simple. Just open up the wipe off the lens. I normally wipe out the front of my camera as well, because that's what I see. I want to make sure that everything is high quality to put out the best possible video at all. By now, your gimbal should be properly balanced. The only thing that you have to do is press the power button, wait for the gimbal to cut on, and then voila, we are ready to shoot super smooth real estate content. This is an amazing house that I'm in today. I can't wait to show you how to capture all of the shots in this property. We're gonna start from the entryway and go from there. Let's go. Okay, so in your camera, you actually have multiple settings when it comes to the lenses that you use. You have the 0.5, the 1x zoom, 2x zoom, and 3x zoom if you have the iPhone 15 Pro. If you have a different phone, you may have different camera lenses on your phone as well. So what I'm actually gonna do is a mixture between 0.5 and 1x zoom in this property. When I use 0.5, that's going to allow me to get the widest shots possible. When I use 1x zoom, it's going to allow me to zoom in to get very detailed shots. So we're going to start in this beautiful staircase. I'm going to show you guys how I will highlight this space when I walk into the home, and we'll go from there. So I'm going to get multiple shots of this entryway, one at 0.5 and one at 1x zoom, just to highlight this staircase. So guys, as I move forward, I'm actually slightly turning my wrist to actually capture all of this staircase. And as you guys notice, I was moving extremely slow, heel to toe, heel to toe. That's called the ninja walk. You actually want to do that to keep your gimbal from bouncing up. Now I'm actually going to get this same exact shot, but I'm going to use the 1x zoom. This will allow me to get a tighter shot of this staircase as well. So with a slight turn of my wrist to the right, I'm actually highlighting this beautiful staircase with this amazing backsplash that they've added onto this staircase as well. One last thing that I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do a shot of the staircase actually backing up away from the staircase, so I can actually highlight the rafters that are actually upstairs, the beams that are upstairs, so you guys can see that as well. Remember, you have your rule of thirds grid. Anything that you want to keep in the shot, keep it in the middle of the rule of thirds grid so the shot comes out amazing. I got the chandelier in the rule of thirds grid. I'm going to back up really slowly as I tilt my gimbal down, and that is an amazing shot. Here's a pro tip, guys. If you want to go backwards, you don't always have to move backwards because that's something that can be done in editing. So I'm going to get the same shot, but I'm going to walk forward. The reason that walking forward works better than walking backwards is because it's hard to walk backwards in a straight line, even if you're sober. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this. And when we edit this shot, you guys are going to see this is absolutely going to be stunning. Boom. So I think that's going to be a really amazing shot. So now I want to highlight the interior of this home. As you guys can see, it has a beautiful open concept, 20-foot ceilings in the living room area. And actually what I want to do is peek around this corner and give the viewer a great view of this beautiful open concept living, dining, and kitchen area. We are going to orbit around this corner to highlight this beautiful space. Remember, guys, we're making very smooth movements. I'm slightly turning my wrist to capture this shot. Remember, you don't have to shoot 2-minute videos, right? Each one of these clips that I'm getting is in between 4 and 8 seconds. We're actually going to mesh all of these together to get an amazing high quality real estate video. If you just piece each one of these areas together in editing, it actually looks more adhesive than it would be if I was to just take my gimbal and walk around the entire home. Remember, every part of the home does not have to be highlighted. What we want to highlight are the major veins of the home. So like in this home, we're going to show you this beautiful staircase. We're going to show you these beams that are upstairs, the amazing chandeliers in this home, the open concept. We're going to get a shot of the pool, the primary bedroom. Remember, this is not a long form video. We're actually doing this specifically so you can level up your real estate branding and attract your ideal buyer and seller. Now, more than ever before, it is important, I mean, super important to build up your brand with all of the changes that NAR has made. So you standing out online, you standing out on social media to potential clients is actually going to be a benefit to you. So now that we've gotten this shot, peeking around this corner, we're going to get more of the interior of this home. I want to give you guys some of the thinking behind the shots that I take. So let's go and do it. And we all know that the kitchen is like the heart of the home. So I want to make sure that every time I'm shooting real estate videos that I get multiple shots of the kitchen area, because let's face it, people want to see the heart of the home. Remember, we're shooting 4K at 60 frames per second, so I don't have to move extremely fast, because if I wanted to slow this down in editing, I can actually slow down the video without losing any resolution and without having pixelation in my video. So we are slowly going to move towards this island here, capturing the pendant lights, capturing the buffet that's in front of us. Remember, every single shot, 4 to 8 seconds. We are not trying to shoot a film here, guys. We're just trying to highlight the beauty of this home. And as you walk around the home, take a look at different things that you see. Like as I was shooting the shot of the kitchen, I actually saw this beautiful vase here with these blue flowers in it. I'm actually going to get a shot of this, keeping this vase in the rule of thirds grid and just orbit around this really quickly. Very steady movement, kind of moving my body to the left as I pan around this. And I think another great shot would be to push in on this vase as well, extremely slow, keeping it in the rule of thirds grid so it actually keeps the attention of those that are watching. So let's continue in this kitchen area. There's multiple shots of the kitchen that I want to get, so let's get to it. The next shot that we're gonna get of the kitchen is actually pushing in on the kitchen. Walk really slowly. I am getting the pendant lights, the countertop, the refrigerator, the stainless steel, the clear glass doors. All of that is actually in my shot. We are just going to orbit around this pendant light right here, keeping the pendant in the middle of the rule of thirds grid. And let's try to now push in. If you guys can see this, we actually are going to push in on the middle of the kitchen. So we're going to highlight the pendant lights. We're going to highlight the stainless steel and your pot filler back there as well. Four-second clips, absolutely stunning. Now, as I'm shooting this space, this beautiful buffet area kind of stands out to me. This is an amazing feature. So we're going to do the same thing with this area as well. We're going to go at 1x zoom and literally so now that I have that shot, I'm going to come out here at 0.5 zoom and actually get another shot pushing towards this buffet area. And I know you guys are saying, Luke, you're only moving forward, backwards, and panning around things. The reason being is, like I told you before, we can always reverse this in editing. So even though I'm walking forward, trying to keep my shots as smooth as possible, if I wanted those shots to be reversed, I can reverse it in editing. And that we will get to when we talk about editing high quality real estate video. So now we are going to get a few more shots of this kitchen area. The reason that I like to get multiple shots of each individual space is it allows me to batch record. So what I mean by that is I can take this same property and create 5 to 7 different videos because I have multiple shots of every area in this property. So the next thing that I'm actually going to do is stand right here on the corner of this island, and I'm actually going to do what I call a jib shot, where I'm actually going to bring my camera up and then backwards, highlighting this kitchen space. So I'm going to start below this counter here, slowly bring my gimbal up, keeping the pendant light in the middle of the rule of thirds grid, and back up a little bit there and capture that shot. Yeah, I almost tripped over this chair, but we're going to be able to slow this down to at least half the speed, and you won't be able to tell that my gimbal was shaking. Now that we've gotten multiple shots of the kitchen, we're not done. I want to get a shot of the kitchen moving this way. The reason being is it shows how open this space is. I'm going to capture these pendant lights. I'm going to capture the beams upstairs and also this chandelier that hangs over your living area. I'm going to get creative with this one. I think I'm going to push in and then turn a little bit to actually capture all of this space. So let's start recording. Make sure our gimbal is stable. Pendant is in the rule of thirds grid, staying extremely stable as I move, and boom. The next shot that I'm actually going to get is at 1x zoom, and I'm actually going to push so I can capture the wine cellar over there and a view of the kitchen. Remember, the whole goal behind these real estate videos are to transport the viewer into the property. This is a part of leveling up your branding. So at 1x zoom, I'm actually going to push record. 4 to 8 seconds of video, and then we will stop it. Now it's time to highlight the living room area. I want to tie these spaces in together, so I'm going to get a video of the living room area from the kitchen. So I'm just going to push from here, highlighting the living room area, showing the wall of windows in the back and the chandelier over your couch. Now it's time to get some amazing shots of the living room, but the way that I want to capture this living room, because this is an open concept and you can see all upstairs, I want to capture the living room from back here and actually push in so you can see all of this beautiful space. So we're actually going to walk forward very slow, keeping the shot steady and in the middle of the rule of thirds grid. And I think that is amazing. That was 8 seconds. Guys, that's going to be a killer shot. The next shot that I'm going to get, which is going to be weird, is I'm actually going to just raise my gimbal, keeping that vase in the middle, and back up. So before we conclude filming this open concept out here, what I want to do is actually get a shot of all 3 of the spaces, your dining room, your living room, and your kitchen all together. So I'm coming from the master or the primary bedroom, and I'm actually just going to turn like this and actually capture the property. So I'm pushing into the living room, turning slightly, showing the entire space. And now I want to get a shot just from this corner walking forward, because I like to have multiple shots, because that would allow me to create multiple videos of this beautiful property. And just to get a shot of this dining room area, I'm actually going to go at 1x zoom and push towards the dining room, kind of tying in this living and dining room together. Okay, so now that we've covered the entryway of the home, the living room, dining room, and kitchen area of this absolutely stunning home, we are actually going to go into the primary bedroom to show you how we capture amazing video in the primary bedroom. So as you guys can see, this primary bedroom has some amazing beams in here, some artwork. The bed is centered in this room as well. So we are just going to center our gimbal on the bed and begin to slightly move forward, highlighting this space. And because of the different elements in this room, you have the golds, the natural colors, the dark blues, the whites. I actually want to capture all of this in the video as well. So what I'm going to do is go 1x zoom. I'm going to back up here in the corner, and I'm gonna push towards this nightstand, the bed, this beautiful bronze chandelier right here, and go from there. This is also going to capture a shot of this barn door that leads us over into your primary bath. Remember, this is all about using your creativity. I'm showing you the thinking behind my creativity when I create real estate video. But what I would suggest is look through your camera. What does your camera see? Use what you see in your camera, coupled with your creativity, to create some amazing shots. Guys, this is not rocket science. Normally, when I'm in these homes, I'm here for 10 to 20 minutes max, walking through, getting all of these shots, and I'm out of the home. So this is not a complicated process. Let's continue. The next shot that I am going to get is from the side, actually pushing into the primary bath, because I want to tie these two spaces together. So I am back at 0.5, and I'm actually going to heel to toe, walk for about 4 or 5 seconds, and then stop the video. Now, this is the same exact shot, but pushing through this door, showing this beautiful freestanding tub and the gold fixtures that are there. So for this shot, I'm actually going to lower my camera and steadily move towards this tub area. Another thing that I like to do in spaces like this is just get down low, press record, and instead of walking, I just move forward. Okay, so this is where it gets tricky, because we're in a bathroom. We have mirrors on this wall. There are mirrors there as well. I like to get in areas where you actually cannot see me in the mirror. So from where I am now, I can actually duck down right here and slightly move this direction to get a shot of the vanity that's on that wall. And in order to get a shot of the shower area, I'm actually going to come from over here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to move around this seamless glass here to highlight the shower. Boom. Another thing that I like to highlight when I come inside of bathrooms are the fixtures and the tile work that's in your shower. The way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to go 1x zoom. I'm going to come down here, and I'm still at 1x zoom, and I'm just going to move forward slightly to capture that. I'm going to do the same thing in here because we have the rainfall shower head. We also have a shower head right here. So basically what I'm actually going to do is go at 1x zoom, tilt my camera lens up just a little bit, and tilt my wrist to capture just a little bit of that, 2 or 3 seconds. So now we have to tie in this vanity along with the vanity that's over there. I am actually standing in between two mirrors, so I can't see myself in my shot. I'm actually gonna get this at 1x zoom and 0.5. So from here, I'm actually just gonna walk slowly, heel toe, heel toe, heel toe, boom. Now I can actually reverse all of this in editing and it will look amazing. Now I'm gonna start from that same point, go to 0.5, and I'm actually gonna back up, heel toe, heel toe. I'm gonna get that shot going forward as well, because for some reason when you're backing up, you actually see more of the jitters in your gimbal. And as you guys saw in that shot, instead of walking, because I need that shot for my video, I literally just leaned forward and it's given the illusion that I'm actually moving. Now, the last shot that we're gonna get in the primary bedroom is actually pushing out from the primary bath into the primary bedroom at 1.5 zoom. Listen, I'm just gonna lean back onto the tub area, hit record, and then lean forward. It gives the illusion that we're actually walking outside of the room. So that's our primary bedroom and bathroom in a nutshell. Let's go and capture the rest of this beautiful home. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, remember, make sure you're using your creativity when you're coming out to a property. Like I said, 10 to 30 minutes max in a home, but you can take the opportunity to actually appreciate some of the architecture of the home and use that appreciation to shine through in your video. Just like I was about to walk upstairs, I see how beautiful this staircase is. I'm actually gonna try to get a crazy shot. So what I'm actually gonna do is tilt my gimbal up. I'm actually gonna turn slowly to the left, try to keep that chandelier in my shot. Then I will start tilting my gimbal down to capture the living room space. And then I'll push in and around this corner. So now that we are at the top of the stairs, we have this beautiful chandelier here. We have light fixtures in the room over there. So what I want to do is to actually capture all of this room. I am going to spin around this chandelier, getting a shot of those beams in the ceiling, kind of tying this chandelier into the game room, into your media room over there. Another shot that I could get is from right back here, pushing into this chandelier, and everything that's in the lens is actually going to be shown. 8 seconds. Boom, that's it. Now what I'm actually going to do is a push-in shot, getting this circular staircase from upstairs and some of the living room area down below, along with these cathedral style ceilings. Remember, this is all about your marketing and your branding. So when we go and shoot our talking head portion of that, we can mesh all of that together. But every video does not have to be a talking head video. You can put a trendy sound behind the video and actually create a 15 to 30 second video without your face being in the video, but you're highlighting the beauty of a home. Guys, I think I've given you some amazing pointers when it comes to shooting high quality video. When you come out to a property, this is something that, like I said before, a third grader could do. You literally just have to use your creativity and be looking for how you can highlight the home. Remember, this is all a portion of leveling up your branding through video. So now that you've seen exactly how I move through a property with no crew, no complicated setup, just my iPhone and my gimbal, and knowing exactly what to look for when I go into a property, I know you're sitting there thinking, Luke, I can actually do this, and you are 100% right. The agents who went through this course didn't have a background in videography. They just had the right systems and they executed it properly. Now, before you guys go, I put together a complete gear list of everything that I personally use to shoot content exactly like what you just watched. The gimbal, the lens wipes, the phone mount, all of it. And it's linked in the description of this video, absolutely free. So go ahead and grab it. In the next video, I'm teaching you guys how to fly a drone and get the kind of exterior shots that make a $400,000 listing look like a $2 million listing. That video alone is worth more than most agents pay for a full photography package when you have a listing. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. I'll see you guys there.